All right, welcome to The Explainer. Now, you've probably heard of the space race of the 20th century, right? Well, forget it. Today, a new race is on, and it's not for the moon. It's for something way more powerful: total control over information itself, using the incredibly strange rules of quantum physics.
So let's just start with a simple question that really gets to the heart of this whole revolution. What if a secret message wasn't just, hard to read, but was physically impossible to intercept without instantly destroying itself? I mean, think about that. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's the new reality of security, and it's about to change absolutely everything.
And that brings us to our first section, this new kind of race for space. We're not talking about planting flags on new planets. Nope. The ultimate prize in this competition is absolute, total control over information, where the very laws of the universe act as the lock and the key. What we're seeing here is a massive shift in what global power even means. The old symbols of strength, tanks, missiles, that kind of thing, they're being seriously challenged. The new high ground isn't on Earth at all, it's up in orbit. And the goal is to control these unhackable communication networks that are built on the bizarre, almost magical behavior of subatomic particles. So how in the world does this actually work? To really get the huge strategic implications, we need to dig into the science just a little bit. The easiest way to think about it is as a self-destructing key. Yeah, a key that just vaporizes the very moment an unauthorized person tries to touch it. This slide right here just captures the whole paradigm shift perfectly. For centuries, security has basically been a math problem, right? We create these digital locks that are so complex they should take forever to pick. But quantum computers are about to become the ultimate lockpick for all of that. The new security completely flips the script. It's not a math puzzle anymore, it's a law of physics. Instead of just hiding the data, it makes it physically impossible to spy on it without destroying it. It's a total game changer. And the technology that makes this all happen is called quantum key distribution, or QKD for short. You can think of it like a secret quantum handshake between two people. It uses the weird properties of particles like photons to create a special key for encryption. And the beautiful part is, any attempt to eavesdrop on that handshake immediately breaks it. And this really illustrates how it all works. So imagine a satellite sending a key using these special linked particles of light called photons. Now, if an eavesdropper, let's call her Eve, tries to intercept and measure these photons, well, the very act of looking at them changes their state. Boom, the key instantly collapses. The person who was supposed to get the message doesn't receive a compromised message. They get a broken, totally useless key, which is, of course, a huge, unmistakable alarm bell that someone was listening in. Okay, so now that we've got the science down, let's zoom back out and look at the massive geopolitical consequences, because this technology isn't just another upgrade. It is creating what we can call the Great Quantum Divide, a fundamental split right down the middle of the global landscape. What's happening is that this is creating a whole new hierarchy of power. We are literally watching the world split into two camps. You have the quantum haves, who have this ultimate data security, and then you have the quantum have-nots, who are left totally vulnerable with yesterday's tech. And you better believe nations are racing to be on the right side of this divide. And this asymmetry creates a really dangerous imbalance. The haves, they get to enjoy physics-based security, which makes their intelligence operations totally opaque, and it cements their digital independence. Meanwhile, the have-nots are stuck with these old, breakable, math-based systems. It leaves their secrets transparent and makes them completely dependent on others for critical technology. And the crucial point here is that this quantum divide isn't some distant future problem. No, it's creating clear and present dangers for global stability right now. Let's take a look at the three most critical ones. First, you've got Q-Day. That's the moment a quantum computer can just shatter all of our current encryption. Imagine one nation's secrets being completely laid bare, while another's remain perfectly safe. Second, there's the harvest now, decrypt later strategy. Adversaries are already hoarding stolen encrypted data, just waiting for the day they can unlock it all. And third, we're seeing a new kind of data colonialism, where nations without this technology become totally dependent on those that have it, essentially sacrificing their digital independence. But the impact doesn't stop at national security, not even close. Let's zoom out even further and see how this technology is about to fundamentally rewire the entire global economy. Because when data becomes perfectly secure, its value changes completely. This quote, this gets right to the heart of the economic revolution.
In a world that is just riddled with cyber threats, the ability to guarantee trust with the laws of physics is an absolute game changer. Suddenly, trust isn't just a feeling anymore, it becomes a measurable and incredibly valuable economic asset.
And this has enormous consequences. A nation's creditworthiness, its ability to attract foreign investment, all of this will soon depend on its quantum infrastructure. Countries that can't guarantee quantum-secure transactions will see what's called a risk premium placed on their economies. It's like they'll be pushed to the financial fringes.
So, this new quantum economy really rests on three main pillars. First, trust becomes the foundation of credit. Second, the incredibly high cost of building this stuff risks creating a permanent two-tier global economy. But on the plus side, for those inside the system, perfectly secure data can revolutionize trade, reducing uncertainty and stabilizing everything from financial markets to global supply chains.
Okay, so finally, let's look to the future. What does all of this mean for us, on a deeply human level? Because this isn't really just about satellites and photons. It's about the agreements we all make with each other. The ultimate promise here is actually pretty profound. The whole idea of the quantum century isn't just about protecting data. It's about using the unbreakable laws of physics to reinforce our own laws, our treaties, our agreements. In an age of deep digital distrust, this technology could actually help secure the very foundations of our global social contract. And that leaves us with one final, kind of provocative thought. For all of human history, power and sovereignty have been written down in ink, on paper. But we may be entering a new era where national power and maybe our entire future is written in the polarized states of light.